I'm in love with my gym bro. I, male 22, fell in love with my gym bro, male 24. The problem being, I thought I was straight. This all started a few months ago. I noticed this guy at my gym, and I knew something was immediately off. I was like nervous to even look at him, but I decided to get rid of that nervousness and just talk to him. He was actually really nice and funny, and we quickly became buddies. Then about 2 weeks later my girlfriend broke up with me. I told him that and we had a heart-to-heart where he casually came out as gay. But the initial feelings that I felt when I first saw him didn't go away, and I quickly started to piece together that it was the same feeling I get when I look at a really pretty girl. And over the months it's been increasingly hard to be near him because he's just so gorgeous, I guess. Whenever I go to sleep, I just imagine him there snuggled up to me. I just want to text him all the time, and I just want to kiss him so bad. I guess this is me coming out as bi. I met a beautiful guy at the gym and we became best friends. I love his personality, he makes me laugh non-stop, and not going to lie, he's mad thick. I want to ask him out so badly. Update. At the gym right now, we're going to do our sets, and when we leave I'ma walk him to his car and tell him, "Thanks for the courage, everyone." Update. I'm ducking crying in my car right now, holy crap. He said yes. So, I walked him to his car, and I told him. And bruh, the way I couldn't speak LMAO, I was so nervous. But basically, he said he kind of thought I was into him because I can only catch you respectfully staring at my butt so many times before it's a little sus. But I told him that I'm bi, and we're going on a date Friday. But like bruh, he looked so flustered and cute when I told him, he had the prettiest smile LMAO. And for the people saying stuff about my vocab and texting, I'm a history major, not smart. My vocab consists of, I guess, like, IDK, bruh, and ducking. But anyways, I guess we're a little more than just gym bros now. I seriously couldn't have done this if this didn't get so much random ass support LMAO. Anyways, I'm ducking shaking. I actually did it. Bruh, I love him so much, so ducking much. Thank you for the support. Update. Hey there, I know I've been gone for a long ass time LMAO. But I had to take a social media break just because I was just really overwhelmed, I guess, with all the attention this post got. Some of you were asking about update 3, it was just me talking on Twitter about the insecure assholes calling me a woman for sharing emotions LMAO. I deleted it because I felt a bit embarrassed having my voice on the internet LMAO, I'm too introverted for that crap. But I will be making occasional updates on my Twitter, I guess. As for how I and my man are doing, it's better than I could have asked for. I know we haven't been together super long, I guess, but he just IDK. I've just never felt more appreciated by someone. So yeah, he's got me wrapped around his finger hella hard LMAO. But I think I'm just going to ultimately log out of this Reddit account but still keep the post up for you guys. Just know my Twitter is where I'll be making updates occasionally. My fiancé is cheating on me with my close friend, they don't know I know. Basically, the title my 26F, fiancé, 28M, is ducking my best friend, 26F. Okay, so the basic love story. Met in college, fell in love, blah blah blah. I and my best friend have been best friends since middle school. I found out through a mutual friend that she, my best friend, told me for some reason. I guess she thought that she wouldn't tell me because they're closer. Anyways, I don't believe it at first because that's my best ducking friend. But the mutual goes into detail about times my fiancé was working late, or visiting his sick mom, in which he refused to let me come because of the pandemic, which I understand okay, but it was all fake, he was with her. So, I sit on the news all day and come home he's acting normal telling me he loves me, but I wait till we go to bed and when he's asleep I check his phone. So, nothing on iMessage, nothing on Facebook, nothing on Snapchat, then I open Instagram. Message after message of sexting, nudes. Talking about how they enjoyed each other's bodies, talking about how stupid I was for not knowing. I go to the bathroom all the way on the other side of the apartment we share and have a mental breakdown. I was hurt and still kind of am. I take screenshots of their messages and send them to myself. The next day rolls around, and I didn't sleep at all. My fiancé goes to work, I take the day off, and my ex-best friend texts me asking if we could hang out. I make up an excuse and that was the end. I take a long walk contemplating what I should do next. Those text messages keep popping into my head, and then I just kind of snap out of it. I had abusive parents who would take away things I loved to teach me a lesson, so I kind of mastered the art of snapping out of love just like that. I go home and take a long bath, and by the end of it I was over him and her. They deserve each other. Anyways, a week goes by and I'm at my cousin's wedding and their interaction is hilarious. They're just so awkward, it's entertaining. I have a revenge plan that is going to come into the plan on my wedding day in a month, so I guess stay tuned for an update. Goodbye for now, and I really hope I remember the password to this account. TLDR. Found out my fiancé is sleeping with my best friend. Edit. Yes. You guys, I have my financials in order. Well, actually they're separate from one another. We might share the apartment, but I own it, it's in my name, his car is in my name, our dogs are mine. And the people telling to just leave, I'ma go with no. Why should I leave and let them get away with this? If only you saw how they were talking about me in their text messages, it was disgusting and just cruel. I'm going to do everything to look clueless and play stupid just for a little while, and then boom, it's over. Oh, and he's paying for the wedding, not me or my family. Edit 2. The friend is in on it. She will help me with everything. She understands what I'm going through because her husband left her for her cousin. She wants them so to look like idiots as much as I do. And yes, I'm going through his phone literally when I can to get more and more proof. I even have a sex tape of them, which makes it 10 times better. Edit 3. You guys, I'm not a Gemini or Scorpio, I'm actually a Virgo, lol. I caught my student JC King off to me during class. I'm a tuition teacher, 20F, and I do online math lessons for 7 to 12 graders via Zoom calls. I have a student that we'll call Brendan, 14M. He's a generally quiet kid, and doesn't talk too much during my lesson, which is great considering there are very annoying students I teach. In the lessons, we tend to not have our cameras on, but we do have our microphones on for communication purposes. 1 week ago, Brendan had his lesson with me, and I heard moaning and groaning noises coming through the screen. I dismissed it as third-party noise or noise from outside the meeting because I have had similar situations before. But during this week's lesson, the truth was revealed to me. About halfway through the lesson, Brendan must have accidentally clicked on the camera on button, because his camera revealed Brendan on his bed laying down, pants off with his hand on his DCK, moaning and grunting while staring straight at me. This only happened for 2 seconds before he realized and turned his camera off and left the class. It's been a day, Ian's. I haven't had any contact with Brendan or his family. I feel embarrassed, disgusted, and overall upset by the situation. Do I continue classes with Brendan, or do I sever all connections with his family? I don't know what to do. My brother tried to sleep with me. My brother, 20M, was high and attempted to kiss me, 21F, and grabbed my breasts. He confessed he has a sister fetish, tried to convince me to try something, and asked me to reconsider, to at least touch him. After he finally realized this will never happen, he asked me to not tell anyone and promised to never bring it up again. After 3 days of not speaking, I gave him a long speech about how betrayed and disgusted I was, and how he should quit porn. He blamed it on being high. We started talking again, everything resumed as if nothing happened. And mostly my life hasn't changed, except now I have violent, horrifying nightmares of him trying to rape me. I feel like my whole body is frozen as I try to wake myself up. I genuinely don't know what to do. Sometimes I'm disgusted by myself for still talking with him and acting as if nothing happened. I haven't told a single soul about any of this. I don't know if I should tell a friend or get a therapist. I don't feel like I'm in danger or that he will attempt anything like this again, but those nightmares terrify me so much and make me feel so helpless. Edit. This situation happened back in April, and he didn't attempt anything since. That's why I don't think he'll do this again. He's also planning to move away soon, so I don't think we'll see each other often. Some people also mentioned it probably wasn't weed but some other drug, and looking back they are probably right. I've seen him high many times before and after this incident, but that day he went to the bathroom, and when he returned his behavior was very unusual. Reporting him to the police realistically won't have any legal consequences for him. Telling my parents is way too scary for many reasons, and it seems too much to unload on a friend either. I will, however, try to gather enough courage to go to a therapist and start locking my bedroom door at night. Thank you for your advice and kind words. Did a paternity test behind my wife's back and my son isn't mine. I've known for over a month that she's been cheating on me. For how long I'm still not sure. The fact that she goes about our everyday life like nothing is going on makes me want to scream sometimes. Seeing her smile on her phone pretending her sister sent her something and knowing she was talking to him. I've felt this twist in my gut ever since and started wondering if it's possible I'm not my son's biological father. And I couldn't take it anymore. He's not mine. She doesn't know I got a paternity test done. My wife doesn't know I know she lied about who his father is. And have had to live with this knowledge for almost a week. While still going through the motions of caring for a 6-month-old baby. It hurts so bad. Literally takes everything I have not to cry at any moment because she still doesn't know yet. I can't stay with someone who would hurt me this deeply. 5 years down the drain like that. Every night like tonight I just want to pack my stuff and leave her before she wakes up. Then never see her again. I'm torn though because the second I look at his crib my heart doesn't want to leave him. He's not my biological son, yeah, but I still love him so much. No matter how hard I'm trying it won't turn off. The idea of never seeing him again makes my heart feel way too heavy and gives me such anxiety. It's like tearing my heart out. I can't do it. It's midnight and he's currently dozing in my arms because the only time I'm given any kind of peace is when I'm holding him. He didn't ask for this mess either, so we have that in common. I just don't know what to do now. How do I, 29M, tell my wife, 28F, that she is not remotely pulling her weight in the marriage, and I am honestly considering divorcing her because of it? I feel like it is best to explain our day-to-day first so you can get an idea of why I am this tired of our situation. My average weekday starts by waking up around 6 a.m., which is when I shower and then I prepare breakfast for myself, the kids, and my wife. I call them down at around 6:30. We eat, I clean up and I leave at around 7:30 along with our kids, 8F and 7F, and drop them off at school. I get to work at around 8:30 and work till around 4:30 p.m. I would previously go to the gym for around 30 minutes to an hour, but with Corona, my gym closed, so that's not a thing anymore. It's important to add that this was literally my only moment to unwind. When I get home my wife and the kids are there. The kids usually get home around 3:30 to 4 p.m. And it's extremely obvious my wife has done duck owl all day and only starts doing anything when I get home, which leads me to believe she only does that in some weird attempt to pretend she has been busy all day. Now I have no illusions that basic chores take all that long. It's basically just vacuuming and taking the dishes out of the dishwasher and that's it, but she doesn't even do that until I get home. When I get home the kids want my attention to help them with their homework or play with them, which I obviously do, and I usually end up being the one vacuuming or cleaning out the dishwasher as well. At about 6 p.m. I make us all dinner and clean up after we ate dinner. At 7 p.m. the rest of the evening is usually spent as family time, talking about our days, and watching movies, after which I put the kids to bed, read them a story and so on. Now as you might imagine, I am absolutely drained by then, so I can hardly do anything beyond sitting on the couch staring at the TV and trying not to fall asleep, or I simply go to bed only to do the same exact thing the next day. As for the weekends, I tend to use them as quality time with the kids and doing the bigger chores around the house like cleaning the bathroom, fixing stuff, and doing laundry. As for what my wife does all day, playing games and being on the phone with her friends mostly. So as you might imagine, you get resentful as a result of this. While I work my ass off all week, she essentially gets to do duck all most of the day, and even when I get home from work I get no break and she does the bare minimum. I feel our relationship in terms of carrying our weight and doing what we have to do is pretty much a good 95% me and 5% her, as the only moment she does anything is when she picks up the kids from school. Whenever I broach the subject, she immediately goes into full offense mode, and when I press the issue she starts yelling. I have tried to get her to go back to school or at least get a part-time job, but since she claims to be a som, I have tried to get her to then pull her weight around the house and take care of the kids when I get home to give me an hour or two to unwind. But apparently, it is insulting for me to say that, as it makes it seem like she does nothing all day, her words. Which is pretty much the case, but if I say that she starts yelling. And before you suggest couples therapy, trust me, I tried to get her to agree to it, but she thinks therapists are only for psychopaths and losers, so that was the end of that conversation. Point is, I am done. I am tired of this, and I am beyond resentful that not even during this crisis will she pull her weight. I essentially feel like I am a single dad as is, so there is no point in staying with her, to begin with. Even the kids have started to pick up on it, and my youngest told me, "Dad, go to bed, I'll make dinner." Which just broke my heart, as even she can pick up, I am ducking exhausted. They have also been complaining that their mother never does anything with them anymore, and yeah, like I said, I am tired of this. Thing is, I want to fix this despite my better judgment and because I don't want to take risks with the kids as a buddy of mine got completely effed over in court. So, I am here for some last-ditch effort to get advice and input because I am 5 minutes away from calling my lawyer. Karma slapped my ex right in the face. Background. Married for 16 years, together 20. Have 3 children together. Found out about her affair after hacking her phone obscene messages. She had an affair with a coworker. Broke it off and tried to fix our marriage, but no go. Divorce filed October 2018, she moved out November 2018 and started seeing her AP instantly. Divorce final December 2019. She was still with her AP, till last week. My ex calls me crying and asking if I can take the kids again overnight. I ask what's wrong and if she is alright. She replies that, karma slapped me right in the face. She goes on to explain that she felt something was off, so she decided to go through her app's phone while he was in the shower. Found a huge string of messages on FB with sexting, pics, nasty talk, etc. The same way I found out about her affair. My ex is 39, he is 52 and his new AP is married and only 28. Now, don't get me wrong, I wanted to rejoice to the heavens that it finally happened to her. I told her from day one that the guy is a predator. However, after hearing her out, I understood that she was deeply in love with this guy and the other half of me felt sorry for her. Ironically, she apologized to me more that day than she ever had about her cheating on me. Saying things like, I am so sorry I put you through this, and, I never realized how much this hurt you. I took those with a grain of salt because I have moved on and found someone and we have been happily dating for the last 6 months. The point of this post is to let everyone know that even going through the roughest divorce scenario, things will work out for you and sometimes, karma will step in and give you a small piece of retribution.
Like and subscribe for more ducking content.